What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very interesting Liverpool transfer news video, because newspapers are saying that Matthias De Ligt wants a Liverpool transfer. He said that a transfer to Jurgen Klopp's side could happen, and I want to quote Matthias De Ligt. He gave an interview to Omnisport very recently, and listen to what he says. Virgil van Dijk is a player who has experience in the top leagues. Of course you want to learn from him. It's very useful to play next to him in the Dutch national team. It could happen joining Liverpool. He plays for Liverpool, a nice club, but I'm not focused on this. I focus on Ajax, but then I will see where I will end up. That leaves all kinds of doors open for Liverpool to make a move for Matthias De Ligt. He himself admitting that a move to Liverpool could happen is, I think, the strongest indication yet that he wants a move to Liverpool to happen. Why on earth would he mention Liverpool specifically and say that joining Liverpool could happen if it wasn't for the fact that he wants a move to Liverpool to happen? I think he has very good options because he's a very highly rated centre-back. He's just 19 years old, and even like Spanish newspapers are saying that Barcelona want him, but also Manchester City and Liverpool want him. He's valued at around £60 million by Ajax, and I think that would be just a brilliant transfer, because let's just ask Van Dijk how good he is, because they have been playing together for the Dutch national team, so there is already an understanding, a partnership there, and I think we need a centre-back, because both Gomez, Matip and Lovren are all very injury prone. We have been actually very lucky that Matip has stayed fit for the past 2 or 3 months, because Gomez and Lovren is still not back. They are back in training, but they are still not back to full fitness, which means that Liverpool could have to rely on Matip from between now and the end of the season to play almost every game. And then that's not ideal, and we need a player like Matthias De Ligt who could come in and really cement his place in the starting lineup, and also who could stay fit for the whole season, because frankly we need a settled back four. When Joe Gomez got injured and Liverpool had to change their defense, especially in January, we actually conceded quite a few goals, and our defense was shaky, and I think our defense is still not as good with Matip and Van Dijk at the back as it was with Gomez and Van Dijk at the back. But with De Ligt it could be even better, and we have money to spend. Liverpool just reported 125 million in profits, and I'm just really excited hearing this news, because for a world-class player like De Ligt to talk up a Liverpool move like that is music to my ears, and it just shows how far Liverpool have come in just the past 2 or 3 years. Remember that 3 years ago no big player would have wanted to join Liverpool, but now it's a completely different scenario. Now we are a team who is chasing a Premier League title, who is a Champions League finalist, and who is looking to go to the Champions League final once again. Really excited about the Bayern Munich-Liverpool game. I will do preview videos and post-match videos for that game tomorrow. And Matthias De Ligt is already an experienced player, because he played 13 times for the Dutch national team, and he also has already a very good Champions League run on his CV, because what Ajax has done in this year's Champions League is remarkable. To qualify from the group next to Bayern Munich was already very impressive, and they actually gave Bayern Munich a very good game, getting a 3-0 draw in Munich, and they proved that that was not a fluke result by beating Real Madrid at their own patch 4-1, which is a shocking and remarkable result, and De Ligt also played a massive part in that. He kept Real Madrid out for the majority of the game, and I was very impressed by the whole Ajax team. Frankie de Jong is already going to Barcelona, so I don't think that Barcelona would sign another player from Ajax. And also Italian newspaper Calcio Mercato is saying that De Ligt has his heart set on a move to Barcelona, but also Liverpool and Bayern Munich and Juventus are interested in him. And also Ajax technical director Mark Overmars last week admitted that he does not know if De Ligt what his future holds. He does not know whether De Ligt will join Barcelona or Liverpool. What he said: "I love Barcelona, but I do not know what De Ligt will do." That's what Overmars said. He is incredible in what he brings to Ajax. To be our center defender and captain at his age, he has a big future. So I think Liverpool need to act very quickly and very swiftly if we want to secure the signing of De Ligt, because Barcelona are definitely interested in him. Barcelona president Bartomeu also confirmed Barcelona's interest in De Ligt last week. He said his name is on the table. Where there is such talent away from Barcelona, we are always looking at them. It's a topic that will be discussed in our sports planning, which begins in March. With De Jong, we felt we had to move quickly because there were many clubs that wanted him, and I think this could be a similar scenario with De Ligt as well. Ajax again producing world-class talent, and I'm really looking forward to how this transfer story pans out, because whatever club gets De Ligt will get a very talented, very good young centre-back who could become one of the best centre-backs in the world. So 60 million pounds is a lot of money, but it could end up as a bargain. I mean, look at Van Dijk. We paid 75 million for Van Dijk, and that was a world record for a centre-back. I think it's still a world record for a centre-back. And everybody was saying that, how can you pay 75 million for a centre-back? Look at him now. He's as good as having 2 or 3 centre-backs in one. He is one of the best, if not the best, defenders in world football right now. So paying 75 million and Van Dijk completely transforming this Liverpool defense. I mean, from January onwards, when we signed him last January, Liverpool's defensive record has been outstanding. And with Alisson this season, we are on course to have our best defensive season in the Premier League, and potentially one of the best defensive seasons in Liverpool's history. And that is saying something, and that is down to mainly Van Dijk and also Alisson. And let's credit the other guys: Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, and even Joe Gomez, and then Joao Matip have been very good, outstanding seasons for all of the defenders. So signing De Ligt could also elevate Liverpool to another level, and I think if we could maybe strengthen the defense even more, that would make Liverpool so much better, because then we should just focus on the attack, knowing that our defense will hold up, and sometimes we will only need to score just 1 goal to win a game. So that is very exciting news for me. And Mohamed Salah said in an interview that he would sacrifice the Champions League for winning the Premier League title, which is very interesting, because we just yesterday discussed this in the Gary Neville video, that Liverpool should try to win both competitions. But Salah actually said, and I quote him, "I will be honest with you, the most prestigious competition for me is the Champions League, but the dream for the entire city of Liverpool and the club is the league title. So I am happy to sacrifice my dream for their dream, but if we win both, that would be great, and this is what we are trying to do." So he's not specifically saying that Liverpool will give up the Champions League, but he's saying that he knows the priority for the fans, for the city, for the club is the Premier League, and maybe we'll just give like 1% more in the Premier League title race than in the Champions League. And of course, I think it's at the moment, at this stage, it will be harder to win the Champions League for Liverpool than the Premier League, because in the Champions League you have to overcome Bayern Munich in Munich, then the quarterfinals, then the semi-finals, and then the final. On the other hand, in the Premier League, you probably need to beat Tottenham and Chelsea if you want to win the title, because the rest of the games Liverpool can win, in my opinion. Not easily, but in an ideal scenario, if we put 100% in, then Liverpool can beat all the other teams. And also, Mohamed Salah said that he hopes that leaders Man City will slip up with Liverpool and himself ready to capitalize. He said, "The competition is very tough and we have difficult games left, as do Manchester City. My mind is sharp and there is pressure, but I am strong mentally and we just have to keep going. All you can do is win your games and hopefully they will fail in one so we can win the title. We will see what we can do at the end of the season, but mentally I am ready for everything, and that's music to my ears. That's the mentality that we want from a Liverpool winner, and Mohamed Salah is a winner. He wants to win mostly the Premier League, but also the Champions League. I can understand why the Champions League is the most prestigious competition for Mohamed Salah, because growing up in Egypt, he probably watched the Champions League every week when it was on. The Premier League maybe not so much, but he said that he was a Liverpool fan growing up, so I'm sure that he was interested in the Premier League as well. And of course, winning the Champions League is always special. But Liverpool haven't won a league title in 29 years. So Mohamed Salah and all the club, all the players understand the significance of the first title win after such a long time. So let's go for it. I say let's go through against Bayern Munich, but I think it's a good situation to be in, because if we go out to Bayern, yes, for a few days I will be very upset and very sad, but then we can always fall back on the Premier League title race, and then we will have a very clean run of fixtures, which could benefit Liverpool, but I don't want Liverpool to go out of the Champions League, so let's try and go for both. That's my mentality. Former Liverpool player and Liverpool legend Gary McAllister said in an interview, I've looked at both run-ins for both teams in the title race and done a predictor, and I thought I would favor Manchester City. But the way it's turned out, I still have Liverpool coming out on top by a point. There is immense pressure and the players will be well aware of it, even though they will say they are not taking it into consideration. There is a lot of outside noise around the fact Liverpool haven't won the league for such a long time, but they have just got to try to focus on each and every game and take each one in isolation, which is going to be more and more difficult the closer we get to the actually end of the title race, the end of the season. Every game will be more and more pressure on Liverpool, but I think if we just concentrate on the game ahead, on the task ahead, and that's what you should do, not just in football but in life, always concentrate on what is ahead of you, because you can't affect what happens tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, really. So if Liverpool just concentrates always on the game at hand, then we will have a very good chance, because Manchester City will have a brutal fixture list. I think they are almost through against Schalke, so they will be in the Champions League quarterfinals. I will be shocked if they will go out against Swansea in the FA Cup, because Manchester City are at home, I believe. So they will probably go to the FA Cup semi-finals and the final, and that will just complicate everything for Manchester City, because they already have a few injuries. They have Fernandinho out, John Stones out, Laporte is just coming back, De Bruyne is nursing a knock as well, so hopefully that will take its toll, the fixture pile up. And Manchester City have some very tough games. Champions League quarterfinals, they could get somebody like Atletico Madrid or Bayern Munich or Manchester United, and then Man City will have a brutal run of fixtures in April. They already have Crystal Palace away, Man United away, Tottenham at home, so they have some tough games coming up, and I'm hoping that they will slip up. Otherwise, if they win all their games, I mean, fair play to Manchester City, then we just hold our hands up and congratulate them on the Premier League title. But it would still be a big blow for Liverpool to collect 93, 94, maybe even 95 points and not win the title. That will hurt, that will sting for a long time for me and for many Liverpool fans, in my opinion. But let's just try and win the last 8 games or 9 games. Jurgen Klopp was very defiant after the Burnley result. He said, the message for the day, nobody gets rid of us if we play as we played against Burnley. We had the perfect mixture from fighting the opponent, fighting the circumstances and playing football. we have to make sure we stay in a really interesting competition at the top of the table. Jurgen Klopp insisted that we have no problem with confidence. We didn't have a problem with confidence after the Everton game. You don't have to think that everything you write has an influence on us. Speaking to the journalists, Jurgen Klopp here, it's not like that. Most of the things are not interesting to us. We score 5 and you make a big fuss and say we are the best attacking team in the world, and then we score 0 against Everton and have an offensive problem, according to you, the journalists. Today Mo Salah was the best player on the pitch and didn't score. We have no problem with confidence, we are in a good moment. And Jurgen Klopp also spoke about the Burnley goal, which should have been disallowed. He said usually it would have been disallowed if in another country it's probably not a goal. Maybe if the referee had a better view, I don't know exactly. I saw it at the first moment, it's a foul, and then you see the pictures and you just cannot treat the goalkeeper like this. And Jurgen Klopp is very, very correct in this. If Andre Mariner, the referee, had a better view, he would probably have whistled. I think the referees try everything to whistle at the right moment. The good thing it was early enough, so enough time to react and turn it around. That's what we did. We had the ball pretty much all the time and had 23 shots to Burnley's 4, which is also a very good point by Jurgen Klopp, and I'm really happy that we turned it around, because it was a huge test after the way Manchester City won on Saturday with an offside goal and everything, and then Liverpool go 1-0 down very undeservedly. Liverpool players could have crumbled under the pressure, but we didn't. We stood up and brushed ourselves off and attacked Burnley, and it just was a wave after wave after wave of attacks, and ultimately we broke Burnley down, and we could have scored 5 or 6, honestly. We had so many good chances. And Loris Karius is struggling at Besiktas on loan because his current manager Senyo Güneş, who used to be a Turkey manager as well, he came out with some incredible quotes following Besiktas's 3-2 win against Konyaspor on the weekend. He said via ESPN, and listen to this because this is very harsh words from the Besiktas manager, he was at fault for the goals he conceded. Karius has gone a bit stagnant. Something is wrong with his electricity, motivation, enthusiasm for the game. It has been like that since the beginning. He does not really feel a part of the team. It's something we haven't been able to work out, and of course I'm partly to blame for this. Something is wrong. It hasn't worked out and we have a problem. It's not often that the manager will talk like that on a player in public, and that was quite harsh, quite brutal. And Karius is not even halfway through his 2-year loan spell in Turkey. Will it end prematurely? Will Besiktas send Karius back to Liverpool in the summer? I really hope not. I really hope that he will turn this around. But Besiktas are at the moment only in 3rd place in the Turkish league, and they already conceded 38 goals in total. I mean, Besiktas conceded 38 goals in total, and Besiktas are 13 points of top spot, which is occupied by surprise package Başakşehir, if I'm not mistaken. They are even ahead of Galatasaray by 8 or 9 points. I haven't checked the Galatasaray's result yesterday. So Besiktas is struggling at Karius is struggling at Besiktas. So I really hope that he turns it around, because he's a hard worker, but he's not good enough for Liverpool, and this just shows that if you can't even perform for Besiktas in a very inferior league to the Premier League, I mean the Turkish league, you can't even compare them. The Turkish league is miles behind the Premier League, and if Karius is conceding goals left, right and center in that league, then imagine what he would have done in the Premier League. We would be nowhere near the title race with Karius in goal, that's for sure. So yeah, let me know what did you think about all the topics that I discussed in this video, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Goodbye.